Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here, covering the #1 question we got on our long, exhausting 9-hour live stream. I'm cooked, so make sure you drop your like, but that question was, as you know, is Goto worth it or not, or should we skip him? Well, let me show you. Watch the break bar up top, and sorry, you took too long. The break bar is gone. Goto might be the best breaker in the game right now, but is he so? Let me compare him to our current best breaker, that being Gogan here, our chairman, so I can show you just what the best breaker in the game is capable of. So, we're going to put on Gogan. There is no elemental bonus. This is a raw break comparison. You know we like it raw, so we're going to jump... Oh, I'm so tired, chat. We streamed for way too long, so watch Gogan right here. We're going to do the perfect rotation. We're going to jump in, use his Q, his core attack, his E to reset, his Q again, his core attack, boom, boom, boom. Watch very carefully. So we're dashing in, the Q comes out, the core attack, and then the E, and then the core attack again, and then the Q, core attack here, and with a perfect rotation, we are not even close. That is shocking. Goto was a solid 6 to 7 seconds ahead. That is a huge difference. So, does that mean Goto is worth it? Well, let me explain. When it comes to Goto, he's in a very interesting spot. Although he's a great hunter, he does great damage, great breaks. We just don't have any content for him. I mean, let me ask you right now, where would you use Goto? And honestly, there's only one answer. It isn't the guild boss. It is not the power destruction. It isn't even simulation gate. He's okay there. He provides good breaks, but really, you're not going to summon for him just to do sim gates. He's only good in the workshop of Brilliant Type, and that is only for the early to mid-game players. So for Baron, for Vulcan, he's going to perform exceptionally well. But again, if you're already at the late game mark, and you can already do Baron and Vulcan, he just doesn't have a purpose. That's the problem. That's why Goto is technically, at least right now, kind of a bait banner. I know some of you like him a lot, and trust me when I say I'm a big fan of Goto, but he just doesn't serve a purpose right now. I recommend you tune in to other content creators and see what they say, but when it comes to me and my testing, I just don't see a purpose of Goto beyond one thing, like I mentioned, that is Baron and Vulcan. But let me explain, let me show you just how good or bad he really is. You saw his break, but how about his damage? So let me jump in. Very important I cover every single detail we tested alongside our 9-hour live stream. Oh, I am cooked. But I do want to mention, speaking of cooked, make sure if you want a bunch of free codes to go to the link down below and press the supporter button. This is our Memorable Support program where I can send you a bunch of juicy free codes. Once you support us, you wait 24 hours, then you go to the top right, you press the My Page button. This page comes up, you scroll down, boom, 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 my name should come up right here, you keep going down, and under receive benefits, you will get 6 unique codes sent to you for mana power extracts, essence stones, rune chests, and more, so make sure you support that way, you do not miss out. Again, this is 100% free, and we are the rank #1 creator for a reason, because I make sure every single supporter gets their juicy codes. And I do want to say a huge shout out to Aiden for the first comment to our last video. Here is your shout out, bro, and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. Now, as you can see, we did a 9-hour live stream, 8 hours and 57 minutes. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed the grind. I had a great time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. But as you can see, we did a lot of testing when it came to Goto, and honestly speaking, although Goto does deal okay damage, he's kind of comparable to Mirei. They kind of deal the same amount of damage when you switch him up, which was honestly surprising considering Goto is pretty much a dedicated breaker and a buffer. His damage was still on par to our main DPS unit, but that is just for the guild boss. We do have a problem when it comes to Ankun, I'll discuss, but as you can see right here, as we go down, we had pretty, I guess, sustainable runs here, comparable runs that is. You can see when it comes to our hunters on the win team, they were as good as our one light unit, and this run was not even good. So we have Thomas Andre, who dealt 3.3 billion damage, which is exactly the same as our best win units combined, 1.9 billion and 1.6 billion, which is honestly very disappointing. So our win team right now in the guild boss has no use. Well, how about the power destruction? Well, if we jump in here, their damage is fine. It's not that bad, but it's not good either. Their damage just didn't compare to what we're used to. Although they dealt okay damage, it's just not up to par. We have so many other team options where we just don't need to summon for Goto, so that is a very disappointing realization, where Goto right now just doesn't serve a purpose. But I do want to mention, although Goto isn't good right now, that does not mean he's going to be skippable in the future. He could be the worst unit now, but in the future could be the best unit out there, so it kind of depends what you want to do. He is technically classified as a bait banner right now, but in the future it could be good, like we saw Fu So-hyun, who honestly sucked for months and months, but suddenly she became so OP. There could be a game mode where we just need so much break, and the only hunter out there is Goto, who can perform those breaks, and then you'll be like, whoa, Zaf, you said we should skip him. Well, I can only talk about what we know right now, and right now Goto is just not that good. You can see we got him all the way to the A10 mark. It took us, I think it was, what was it, like 500 or 640 summons to get all the way to A10. I summoned him for testing, just to make sure you do not waste your summons, and although he's good, he's just not up to par. We thought he was going to buff our win team by a lot, but he's just not where I thought he was going to be. So I can't really recommend him right now. Although he's good for the early to mid game, he's just not good for the late game, which is a bit unfortunate. I was looking forward to using him. I mean, any hunter with a major katana is a hunter I want to use, but Goto just kind of fell short. He's kind of like Mirei. I think one problem is, when it comes to our main DPS hunter on the win team, Mirei is she's kind of a lackluster unit herself. She has mana issues, and her passives require a lot of work when it comes to maintaining them, so it's not really Goto's fault. Although, I want to show you something very funny when it comes to Goto. He kind of has a debuff and a buff when it comes to our win units. Watch this, especially for Mirei. If you look at his A1 bonus, although he gives us a 20% crit damage bonus and a basic skill bonus of 20%, he increases our mana consumption by 33%, so Mirei, one of our biggest mana hogs, can't even use her skills properly because we need so much mana, and that is the reason why, when it comes to Guild Boss, she performs so much worse than she otherwise would be, because right now when it comes to that Queen, we move around so much, where we fail to capitalize on the bonus right here. When it comes to hand summon skill, we keep running after circle. You can see right here the circle, which regens our mana. It is vital for the guild boss, and right now, Mirei cannot use that skill to her advantage because we move around so much. The Ant Queen just keeps on moving, it's so annoying. So when it comes to Goto and Mirei, for the Ant Queen, they are just not suited for it. Maybe in the future, when we do have like a stationary guild boss, they can excel. Maybe that guild boss is gonna have a ton of breaks, you never know. They could be the ideal units, but again, right now, they're just not up to par. The only game mode out there, like I mentioned, is the workshop. The workshop of Vulcan and Baron. That is the only time where Goto is going to excel, because everywhere else, he's just really not meeting the cut, which kind of sucks. Lots of people are saying he's kind of a bait banner, which doesn't make sense in the future. When it comes to the next workshop mode, I mean, are we really going to have Yogg being weak to wind? That's a tough call, because right now, we've had a bunch of workshops all week to win. We had Baron, we had Vulcan, and we're missing other elements. You can see right now when we jump in, this mode right here, Deimos, is weak to fire and light. So the assumption is for sure, when it comes to Yogg, they will be weak to water, because Alicia kind of falls into that lore when it comes to story, so it kind of makes sense that Yogg will be weak to water. And the next unit, which is Soren, let me see, is she in our lobby right now? Soren, where are you? My beautiful Soren. Nope, she's right here though, so that counts still. So she is the next hunter, and she's confirmed based on leaks to be a water breaker as well, which is exactly what Alicia needs to become a viable unit. So maybe in the future workshop modes, we're not even gonna touch Goto. So that means you should probably avoid something for him, just based on the fact alone. But again, this is speculation. Right now he's useless, but in the future, he could be good. Useless right now for late game players, but again, he's not bad for the mid to early game. He's actually very viable. I kind of want to make a brand new account, just seeing how good he is when it comes to Vulcan and Baron. Can he clear by himself? I'm very curious, but besides that, he is just not worth it. I recommend you skip him. Yes, I use those very, very risky words. He is a skippable unit as of today. I don't see his worth, but I recommend you wait. It is just the first day of testing. We only really had 9 hours with him. I want to see what other people do, how they test them, how they use them, and then we'll know for sure just how good Goto is. Is he the best unit, or is he just a fraud right now who is stealing our summons for no good reason? Although he is an aura farmer, he's just not the unit we need. He is not our main damage dealer, our best breaker, but a breaker that has no purpose. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop your like. Make sure to subscribe. That way I do know you want more content like this, but also make sure, if you haven't yet, to of course support us for free. You get free codes from sporting, so don't miss out. But on that note, this is your Code King Saf signing out. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and do subscribe.